Some things that you can do in the flute circle in terms of playing and participating include, one, you can play what we call a drone or a tonal ground, and that provides a foundation on top of which other people can build. So for this, we're going to use the low note. I'm going to use the lowest note on this A flute, and I'm going to use my breath to just add a little bit of rhythm to make it a little interesting, and you'll hear one pitch for this example. Something as simple as that is a great way to participate. If you want to make it a little more interesting, you could maybe include one other note, so you have two different pitches. So in the upcoming example, I'm going to be using a bass flute, which is lower than this one, but I'll be playing the same thing, a tonal ground. Number two, you can play what we call an ostinato or a vamp. And those are just words we use to describe a repeating pattern or little melody. So you can experiment, you can find a little melody that you like, and you can just repeat it as part of the overall musical rhythm that's happening in the circle. So that might sound like this. And I could repeat that. A third thing that you can do would be to add to another person's pattern. So imagine somebody else in the circle is playing the vamp that I just played, and now you're going to add to that, which means you could play a harmony, which would be different notes, but that would be in a similar melody. You might add on to the end of it with just a little embellishment. So if you imagine the thing I just played, imagine this adding to that. Something as simple as that. So you don't have to do a lot, you don't have to play a lot, just a couple little notes here and there can make a nice difference in the music. The final thing we're going to talk about right now is soloing, and that's of course creating a melody in the moment. Now usually when you're soloing, you're going to be doing it by yourself. Maybe you'll be having a dialogue with one other person, but usually we just solo one at a time. And in the workshops that I'll be giving, we'll be talking about how to do all of these things, from creating the tonal ground to creating the vamps and ostinatos to creating a little melody that you can play over the top of everything. So we'll hear more later, but for now, this is an example of what you might hear in a flute solo. All right, these are a few of the things that you can do with your flute in the flute circle.